What up, though? How to Survive Prison, Episode 19, Parole Board. Yikes. But nah, usually when this happens, you gonna get your little bitch ass call out. You gotta go see the parole board, this and that. See, like I said, this is so situational because the minute dependent on your crime, and when you do go see the parole board, well, I mean, they're not keeping people in prison like they used to, because you know how that stuff was in Michigan, where they was like, oh yeah, we're just gonna give you a flop because you're not in your class. Like, you don't gave this dude like two or three flops, and he still ain't got in this class. But nah, it'd be like that though. They will flop you though on anything. Like all it takes is like you got two or three people that's gonna review your whole case. They gonna review every ticket that you don't got. They don't care about class threes. They look at class twos, but they don't really care about class twos like that unless it's like on some violent shit. But they definitely look at class ones like, oh, so you just in that motherfucker cutting up still. Slap another 18 months on that. Slap another 18 months on that sentence. Shoot, you thought you was gonna get out. You ain't getting out. But for the most part, what's gonna happen is that you're gonna get your parole eligibility papers. They're gonna go off your points. Like if you in the negative, I think it was like if you in a negative. I think if you was in a negative, that means that's a good sign. That's like really a high probability of you getting parole. Basically, all you gotta do is stay out of trouble. Like I said, if you doing a bid for somebody, as long as they put money on your stuff, you ain't bothering nobody. You got your TV and a player. You got food to eat. You know, you really just stay to yourself. Like this whole time, like the whole time you being in there, you really ain't even got to talk to nobody. Honestly, you really could just really stay to yourself. So just do that. I mean, but for the most part, people be complaining, people be tripping about the parole board. Shoot, you need to make sure that you get a parole because in a level, basically, if you're in a level one, you getting a parole. The only way you don't get a parole is if you fight somebody. But if you fight somebody, you ain't getting your parole, bro. You might as well hang that up. You might as well put on another 6 months to a year. You might can say self defense, but that self defense stuff don't be working. They just gonna be like, oh, so you just in there fighting still, huh? 12 months, 18 months, 24 months. But they will hit you with that. So honestly, for the most part, just stay out of the way. Just do your little time and go when you go in front of the parole board. They gonna ask you a whole bunch of questions. They like, well, yeah, they might fuck with you though. They definitely gonna fuck with you and be like, well, shit, how I know if I let you out, how I know you ain't gonna do some fuck shit and get in trouble. Man, I ain't trying to get in trouble, bro. I done been sitting in this cell, been around all these people for like 2 years. Man, I'm just trying to go home, bro. Trying to go home. But dudes really be saying that. Like on some real talk stuff. And then that's the thing like I was telling y'all, like so far. Your life is not in your hands no more. Your life is in another person's hands. Your life is in somebody's hands. Like if you're in Michigan, your life is in somebody's hands in Lansing. And your name is just a file on their desk. Like, should I let this person get released? And you better hope and pray to God. If you don't believe in God, you better do something. Because when it comes down to it, you're going to be sitting, if you in that situation or if you was in that situation, you was sweating bullets. Like, man, I hope I get a parole, bro. I just want to go home, man. I just want to do a 9 to 5, take care of my kids, get back with my baby mama, and just be all right. I don't have kids, but that's how some people be. That's how some people be acting. But shoot, sometimes like in reality, that parole bullshit, when you get hit with it, your facial expression gonna drop. You just gonna be like, but then again, it's like they gonna send it to you in the mail, and if you ever sent anything to anybody in prison, as far as like actual writing a letter to them, they not gonna get that for at least like 2 3 weeks. You might as well send an electronic. You might as well send an electronic message. You might as well send an email or something, because you definitely not gonna get no response from them for a long time. It's gonna take a minute before they even get your letter. But I mean, hey, it be like that, man. Like that stuff a driver dude insane. He's sitting worrying about if he gonna get his parole or not. But the parole board people, if you know anybody or talk to anybody, all they gotta say is, "Oh man, you gotta go see them people." They already know who you talking about. So honestly, your best thing is just to stay out the way and honestly, don't do nothing. Don't argue with nobody. Don't fight nobody. Don't say nothing. Just you know, reflect on what you want to do. Write some stuff down and just be yourself. True, correct your life. But when you go in front of the parole board, they might do this to you though. They might actually slide your parole under the door. That means that you don't have to see them. That means that you automatically have a parole and you have a release date. Now, a lot of y'all thinking like, damn, is this the end? Hell no. You already saw the parole board when you was in quarantine. Go back to the first video. You see the parole board when you're in quarantine. If you have a long time, sure you gonna see them again. When you do, when you see them this time, and hopefully this is the only time you gotta see them. You got your programs done, because that's the main thing they gonna ask. They don't care about nothing else that you doing in there. All they care about is that program or programs that you're supposed to do. As long as you get your programs out the way and you don't get that many class 2 tickets, they don't care about class 3s, but as long as you don't get too many class 2 tickets or class 1s, oh yeah, if you get a class 1, you might get a flop off a class 1, but it gets serious when your life is literally in somebody else's hands and there ain't nothing you can do about it. Only thing somebody can do is just send a parole board a letter. But I mean, hey, it's that real life shit. There ain't nothing you can do, people. Your life is in somebody else's hands. But this is the end of this episode. Subscribe to this channel. Hit me up on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter. Eddie Alchemist.